Recently, I stopped at the Sadie Ford Heritage Center and I walked into this cabin that was about 100 years old, and I met a man named Tom Jones. And during my conversation, I became woven into this lost art of broom making, which I never knew existed. He talked about how he salvaged his grandfather's old broom shop, he brought it here, where he now works with the same exact tools and techniques that were passed down throughout the years. I think you're gonna really like it. Take a listen.
Live a mile down the road from each other. Mom and Dad were just a mile from each other. That's broom corn. It's called broom corn, but it's really more in the sorghum family.
What does that mean?
You've seen sorghum where they make some molasses and so
Nope.
forth, and you cook it. Well, if you hadn't, you need to come to Fiddler's Roast sometime. We'll have demonstrations during the fair. See all this taking place. Broom corn does not have any corn or anything on it. All I use is the tassel, which grows out of the top of the plant. Of course, I need to make sure I've got some good clean looking stuff on the very end of it. Like I say, once electricity come out, nobody hardly did the kick winders. I like them because it can be slow, and then when you're adding your color like this, haven't got a motor running, and too, if you're training someone, you don't worry about hitting that pedal where you've got your finger in the wrong place, because you don't want to get your finger underneath the wire. That's the only dangerous thing about these is, of course, if you're just doing the kicking, you wouldn't take your foot off that pedal if you had your finger under there. Of course, you can even see that one little piece of seed. But that fine stuff there is what's going to pick up stuff on the floor. Just go right up underneath there and just break the wire off just by twisting it. Just lines them all up.
I love the way your fire smells.
Well, it got too smoky in here earlier. That's the reason I got the door open.
Oh, I love it.
Some days they draft good and some days they don't.
Oh, this is really neat.
They have to sit up here and dry like this.
Yeah.
Okay, if I went ahead and just took it out there and then started stitching on it, it could create a mildew on the inside of the broom. So I want it to dry like this here, all fluffed out. Sometimes I got this heater sitting underneath it to help dry the bottom. Of course, this one's dry because I wound this one last week.
He makes the brooms the witches ride, right? And the witches, what they cook for dinner.
Mine are not FFA approved now.